Welcome to this week's Dunlop Tires Track Conditions Report here at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. I'm with Brock Glover, the six-time AMA champion. Brock, behind us, they're working on the track. We had a lot of rain in Los Angeles. They covered the track. Some of the sections aren't even built yet.
Yeah, I mean, this week has been like a little bit of a bookends on the weather. You know, we started off, they did a great job. They ran a split crew, and they got them out of the Glendale area, got them over here to Anaheim to build most of this track on Sunday. And then they had to cover it for 3 or 4 days when we got a lot of rain here in Southern California. And then today, the weather cleared up, and they're finishing it up right now. And it's looking like, you know, the weather's supposed to be good tomorrow, so I think we're going to have a great race.
Something I want to ask you, I noticed last weekend, a lot of the guys were going to the 120/90 as opposed to the 120/80. It was a hard, dry track, get a little bit more, that tire's a little bit bigger. What do you think about here in Anaheim?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little bit of a trend for us. I mean, we've actually brought that size out, the 120/90/19, out in the MX-33. We launched it back in May when we launched the rest of the line. And the savvy riders last week went to that when the track got real slippery and hard. And guess what? Lo and behold, at the end of the night, when we looked at the podium, all 3 riders had the 120/90/19 on there. So, you know, in these conditions here, you don't really need the extra traction, and you probably want a little bit thinner tire. So we might even see a lot of the 450 guys go to the narrower 110 size. But in general, the go-to size is usually the 120/80.
This track here at Angel Stadium, there's going to be a lot of challenging sections for the riders.
Absolutely. I mean, you come through what we know as the home plate corner and leads into a long rhythm section, and then at 180 back into another long rhythm section. And just with the weather we have had, there's no way to keep the moisture out of the dirt. So I do think some of those jump faces in that rhythm section are going to rut up. So we're going to see some challenges. Maybe some of the riders will try to get off rhythm, off the normal rhythms, just so that the track doesn't have as many ruts or grooves in it. And then also, after those 2 sections, it leads into a nice tough set of whoops right up into the finish line. So it's going to be challenging. I think that the last 3 lanes are going to decide some outcomes of these heat races and the main events.
And something else I noticed, they're adding a drying agent to help dry the soil out a little bit more, and then like you said, we could have water.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if they put a lot of that in it, I've seen them overcook it, you know. So it's I guess a little bit of alchemy, if you will. It's a challenge for the crew to not over dry the track if they have the ability to it. So there's not a cloud in the sky right now, and that's what the weather's forecasting again tomorrow. So it could dry out real quickly.
Something this year I noticed in 2019, the tracks have had a lot of long rhythm lanes. We saw it last weekend, and we're seeing it again here in Anaheim.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the promoters have done a great job of really analyzing what makes the best racing. And what seems to make better racing is having longer rhythm sections and longer lanes with maybe 180s in them. You know, the left-right transitions and the kinks here, you know, into corners, it really just tends to riders ride the inside to the inside to the inside. It becomes one line. So doing it like this, where you have the long straight runs, then you do a 180 and another long straight, it allows the riders to set somebody up to gain a little bit of an advantage on each one of those jumps, and then be able to make the pass into the following corner.
We're going to see a 3rd different main event winner here. You got to remember, this is the start of the Triple Crown.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Triple Crown, a couple new rules. Riders are allowed to tech 2 motorcycles in case they were to have a problem with it. You know, it's back-to-back racing, and so I really like it. You get to see one of the most exciting things about Supercross is the start. You get to see 3 of them, and you know, it's really the rider that can put 3 good races together that becomes the overall champion at Angel Stadium here.
All right, well, you heard it from Brock Glover. That's it for the Dunlop Tires Track Conditions Report here at Angel Stadium, Anaheim, California.